Greetings, this is the Grumpy Old Slan, and today we're going to take a quick look at L'Étoile Noire by Juan Gimenez and Ricardo Barreiro. It was published in 1981 by Ginemez, who is a French comic book publisher. Gimenez has appeared in a lot of Metal Hurlant heavy metal issues, and this is one of the books he ended up publishing. He's the artist, Barreiro is the writer. We can see a definite Star Wars influence. In fact, it starts with a galaxy on the edge of which is a planet known as Escoria, where people go on their way away from the galaxy. It is a water world with only a single continent on it. We finally zoom in to somebody on a motorcycle of some sort who is being chased by the police. Big action scene, and just as he's about to be caught, a vehicle shows up. Somebody he doesn't know says, "Come, I am a friend." So this is a typical story thing. And the person leads him to the spaceport, where they jump onto a spaceship and take off before the police can arrest them. The person who rescued our main character shows him that he has his police record, shows him that he knows a lot about him, explains that he's been researching him. He's been searching for someone like him who has what he calls a high survivability quotient. And he says, "I have a job for you, but we need a couple other people. We need a good pilot, and we need a good android." And our main character here says, "I know a good android. He's very good, but he's a little bit odd due to his positronic circuits being quite eccentric." And they go to meet this android. They offer him a job. He agrees. Then they go look for a pilot. The android recommends somebody. They go see him. He refuses, but he recommends his own daughter to do the job, claiming she's as good as he is. He has taught her everything he knows. The mysterious stranger who's rescued our protagonist at the start and who's hiring them then explains his story and how he was on a spaceship. He just found some rare minerals and an asteroid was bringing them home, and a mishap caused him to be stranded in space until he was sucked into by a strong gravitational field into a huge spherical pouch. And they describe what it looks like. So we have basically a red star, and it's got like a shell, calls it. They give some weird explanation as to one star goes supernova and the shell cools down fast enough to solidify around the other star because it was a binary system, and it always leaves just one hole. And inside even though from outside there's a lot of gravity coming inside the outer shell bounces out the gravitational force of the inner sun. However, it is a dangerous environment. It is hard to escape. He lands in this inner shell. He finds a cemetery of spaceships of all sorts, manages to find a part that can allow him to fix his ship. However, the inner sun starts to flare, and dead creatures that were all around reanimate themselves into zombies. He manages to make an escape, repair his ship, and leave. And now he says, well, let us go back, because there are rare technological treasures, ships from unknown races that are probably more advanced than we are. We could make a fortune with it. And they basically start navigating. The one problem is that the area of space they need to go to is controlled by some sort of death cult whose goal is to destroy all life. They explain the kind of ship that he's commandeered. It looks like a freighter, but is heavily armed and has extra powerful engines. I think I'm getting vibes of the Millennium Falcon. The shape of the ship is different, but we get that idea. They do enter space combat with the people in question. And the young pilot, even though it turns out all her experiences in simulators, does manage to pilot the ship in such a way that they escape after destroying a few of their enemies. And they have approached the mysterious stellar object. They go inside of it. Actually, no, this is still the battle. They've approached the stellar object. Now they go inside of it. They land. And they look for ships. He says, oh, this is the ship I'm interested in. The solar storm starts, causing the zombies to animate. Turns out that the only way to stop them is to destroy their legs, because the legs will continue walking. Combat ensues. They make their way into the alien ship. And this is where the androids realizes that the mysterious stranger is betraying them, because what they've reached is the ship of a legendary race of aliens that has entirely destroyed itself. They basically had a Star Destroyer weapon, but that weapon went out of control and destroyed all the suns in their galaxy, and so no one's ever seen them since. And this would be a ship that somehow survived because it wasn't in the galaxy at the time, and now he wants that weapon for power, and now that he has it, he will try to kill them to leave. However, the android fights him and kills him, but gets destroyed in the process. The sun is becoming less and less stable, in part because of their weapon discharges. They manage to escape just in time. The young pilot says, my dad can repair anything. He can repair our friend the android. And it ends on that bittersweet note where she tells her, you'll see, he'll be able to fix her. You'll see, as they drift off into space. And this is L'Étoile Noire, The Black Star, by Juan Gimenez and Barreiro. Now, I think you can make a fun adventure out of this. It doesn't need to be a science fiction adventure, but it could be. The idea, I mean, this is a very basic quest. Go retrieve some item. What's unusual about this from a gaming point of view is that the person giving you the quest rarely accompanies you, but them accompanying you opens up the door for betrayal, trying to backstab the party, and then maybe the party can escape with whatever the MacGuffin we're looking for is, or maybe they realize this thing is too dangerous, we have to destroy it. A fun little source of ideas and inspiration. This has been the Grumpy Old Slan, and I'll see you next time.